Stand by for a brand new episode of All Things Good and Nerdy.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to episode 489 of the All Things Good and Nerdy podcast. It was recorded live on Sunday, June 12th, 2022. I just realized this is 489. We're getting awful close to 500, and I have developed no big plans yet, so I should probably figure something out there. But I am Chris. Joining me, I have half of the usual band of my co-hosts with me. And like I mentioned last week, Anthony Bachman is away for work training, things like that. He'll be back presumably next week. We'll find out. But don't worry, Mr. Willie D. Nelson is still here with me.
Hey, that's me. Hey, holy shit, that's me. That's me.
That's you.
Hey, everyone. Hey, I have a very important question here.
I'm scared.
Chris, are honey buns and sticky buns the same thing?
I don't think they technically are, but they look very similar to each other. Because doesn't one of them have nuts sprinkled on top of it, not like in between the layers?
I mean, to be fair, Chris, they both look like cream pies.
They're both not very good. I'm not a big fan of sticky buns or honey buns.
When's the last time you ate a cream pie?
Like one of the little
like
Debbie
a moon
snacks?
pie. Yeah, sure.
A moon pie? That's not cream though. That's marshmallow.
Really?
Yeah, it's marshmallow.
No wonder I
in a
don't
moon
like
pie.
them. I don't like marshmallow all that much. I mean, I can eat it. It's just not. It's like
best-
there's much better things to eat.
The best thing to do with a moon pie is you take it out of the plastic, you set it on a plate, you put it in the microwave for about 5 or 6 seconds just to warm it up a touch, and it makes the marshmallow inside ooey gooey and quite delicious. So next time you have a moon pie, feel free to do that. Have the warm moon pie.
No.
No? Now here's the real question for you, Willie. When it comes to your moon pie flavor, what's the flavor of choice? Is it your chocolate, your vanilla, your banana? I think there's a fourth one I'm forgetting.
I just said I don't really eat moon pies.
Well, you got to come up with you can make a choice here.
Do I have to?
I mean, you don't have to. It's a free country. You
Then
can
I
do what you
choose
want.
not to.
He
No
chooses?
choice is a choice.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I will say I prefer the vanilla moon pies myself. I think they're quite delicious.
Okay. I mean, I could just go in my kitchen and drink some of that vanilla extract.
So I guess we're back to the honey bun versus sticky bun conversation. And I'm consulting the magic Google machine to see if it says there's a difference. Honey buns are cooked upside down in a baking pan lined with sticky, hearty honey and pecan topping ahead of cooking. So sticky buns are you
So they're
sprinkle
upside
stuff
down.
on top. Yeah.
And then you just flip it with all the stuff already on the bottom, which is now the top.
Yes. The gooey bottom becomes the topping.
All right.
The nuts and the sugar topping make the sticky buns a little denser than a honey bun or a cinnamon bun, because I guess they're the same. Is what they're trying to claim here.
You know what goes good with both, though?
Coffee?
A delicious cold Mountain Dew.
Does Mountain Dew really go well with those? Or is this just our attempt at product plugging?
Attempted. No, but it is a segue, too, because I think I forgot to talk about it. Mountain Dew's released a new flavor. Purple Thunder.
I saw it advertised at Taco Bell of all places. They didn't have it at my Taco Bell, but it was advertised there.
I tried it.
Now, what's the verdict? How is the Purple Thunder?
It's good. It's like a plum berry drink, I think it said.
Yeah,
Plums, definitely.
I'm not a huge plum guy, so...
I didn't really taste plum in it, so... Wait. What do you mean you're not a plum guy? Plums are fucking delicious. What is wrong with you?
I mean, although I do like Dr. Pepper, which I think is plum juice, basically.
No, not really. It's a lot of different shit in there.
I love Dr. Pepper, and that is... I've got one
there's even
upstairs
some,
with my name on it.
Sarsaparilla in it.
Ooh, sarsaparilla.
I think.
It wouldn't
I'm not
surprise me.
100%. You trying to sass me, Parilla?
No. Now, the best thing they've done, since we're in soda talk, which we haven't done in a while, is they have Diet Dr. Pepper, which is okay, but they have Dr. Pepper Zero, which is the same principles like Coke, Diet Coke versus Coke Zero. And the Dr. Pepper Zero is much better because it doesn't have that as much of a strong, weird aftertaste like the diet version, I've determined.
Yeah, that weird powdery taste.
I don't know how the best
That's
way
how
is
I
to describe
describe
it, but There's certainly like an aftertaste that lingers on your tongue for like 10 seconds afterwards, which you don't really get with the Dr. Pepper Zero.
All right, I got this. Have you ever had BC powders or Goody powders
I have
for your
not
headaches?
actually.
You know what they are, though,
I know
right?
what they are, yes.
All right, so I don't know if it's more prevalent in the Southeast, but Goodies and BC powders, they're like aspirin that are already they're still in powder form. They didn't press it to a
it's
pill.
not a tablet, basically.
Yeah, so it's all in powder, and you just open up the little package, pour the powder in your mouth, and you drink it with some water to get it. And it's already in powder form, so it doesn't have to dissolve in your stomach. It already is working.
Right.
Or it works faster because then it dissolves a lot easier to start it. But anyway, it pretty much. Oh yeah, and it also tastes very, very bitter.
Yes.
Like
much like one of those pills would if like you chewed it or broke it while you were swallowing it or something like that.
So what I do is I try and put it in the back area of my tongue, and then I just keep it there, and then just swig the water and just keep rushing water through. It's already washed out, and I don't have to taste it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think it was Goody's arthritis version, which was pretty much the same exact stuff as the regular version, except for like one other. I forget what the difference is, but that one had a taste to it. It had like a aftertaste of like salt and vinegar chips, and it was actually kind of nice, and I got used to it. It was actually not bad because it had a little acidic twang to it at the end. I was like, ooh, that's like salt and vinegar chips. Ooh, a twang. Yeah,
I like
a twang. But yes, but those the zero sodas, they always have like a taste of like that powdery afterness.
Okay,
of like
I
BC
understand
Goody
your
powder.
analogy.
That's why I was going with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. It doesn't have the taste of it, but it has that feeling like you just took the cinnamon challenge.
Yeah, and the Dr. Pepper Zero and the Coke Zero and things like that don't have that same taste at the end.
It's kind of like you know how shredded cheese that you get already in the bag, they're coated with this powder all over it, as opposed to like block cheese where you shred it yourself.
Right, it keeps it from sticking together in the bag.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. It's like that powder is all. Blah.
I mean, it brings me back to my point of I wish they made like the cherry vanilla in a Coke Zero version. Like you can get diet cherry vanilla diet Dr. Pepper, but I haven't seen cherry vanilla Dr. Pepper Zero, which would be chef's kiss ideal because that is one of my favorite sodas out there is the cherry vanilla Dr. Pepper or the cream soda Dr. Pepper, both of which are good, but are not in the zero variety.
I mean, if you want cherry flavor that's delicious, you got to get some Cheerwine.
I do enjoy Cheerwine on occasion, but I haven't seen a diet version of Cheerwine here, so that's a lot of calories.
I know you got Cheerwine, Mrs. South Carolina.
Yeah, there's a lot of calories in soda, so my treat to myself while I'm trying to be good is I get myself a diet soda once in a while. Willie, I had to be...
calories, yeah.
Well, Willie, it's working because in 3.5 months I've lost 30 pounds. So
I got to do the thing though.
And DDP, Diamond Cutter, yo.
Diamond Dallas Yoga.
Yeah, have you seen DDP Yoga? It actually does. All right, so I've talked about it briefly on this show, but I actually really like it because
I can't do it, man.
Why not? Because of your gout, or
yeah, my ankle. Well, it's been like this for at least about a month and a half or a little bit, where I can't bend it like I can't move my ankle. Well, it's also kind of my wrist right now, so that's also why I can't do it. I can't. That's about as much motion in my wrist as I have, as opposed to.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's only a little bit painful. It's like right in there.
So it's interesting you bring that point up. Part of what they do in the program, and I kind of skipped ahead a little bit because I didn't need to change a bunch of stuff, but they teach you how to alter some of the positions and stuff based off of different physical limitations, be it you've got a bad knee or a bad ankle or a bad wrist. So there's always like 3 or 4 variants of each position where they walk you through, here's how you do it differently if this part is weak or injured or something like that. And they teach you ways to strengthen around that area and then strengthen that up so that you can progress to other things. So that's what's been really intriguing. And for those that aren't aware, it's all like, other than pills, of course, it's all centered around like dynamic resistance and things like that. So you're not lifting heavy things. You're just like constantly flexing and moving against yourself while you adjust and move into different positions. And it has done a wonder for me in becoming more active and becoming in 3 months a great deal more flexible than I was before.
How about this? See these pills right here? These little pills right here?
Yes, I see.
Do you want to know how much this little thing costs? This is a 90-day supply, though, so let's just skew it a little bit. You want to guess how much that was originally cost for me?
Oh, probably thousands of dollars.
You were close. It was $995.
Are you familiar then with have you seen the thing that Mark Cuban's doing, his cost plus drug company?
There was a discount, and it took it down to like 90 something dollars.
What's the name of that one? They might have it on cost plus drugs.
Well, I mean, my point was, if you can discount it down to 90% less,
yes.
Why the fuck is it almost $1,000 if you're able to put down it to under 100?
Here's how it gets spun. Here's how it gets spun. We have to recoup all our research costs and things like that.
Yeah, the name of the drug is Febuxostat. Febuxostat? Yeah. So that's what that was. And I'd take it anyway. So that pill was $1. I just ate $1.
Yeah. I'm glad that my blood pressure medication, I get like a 90-day supply for $9 right now. And fingers crossed.
There's also another one too that's about $60.
Fingers crossed.
No, this was about $200. Never mind.
I'm hoping that I will be off of that soon. We'll see if that happens. Sadly, Mark Cuban's Cost Plus Drugs site does not do Febuxostat, Willie. I apologize.
It's all good. And that pill was that's almost $300.
Whew. I mean, hopefully it works. Yeah.
I'm taking them daily.
Well, that helps. I mean, if
it?
Is it improving any?
Like this just started like yesterday. I started feeling this yesterday, like right in this area right here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm not meaning to do a middle finger.
No, yeah. I understood what you meant.
Like I can't really. This is my range of motion in my wrist right now.
Mm-hmm. So,
good thing I'm a righty.
So just for reference, because I was referencing that site, for those that aren't aware, Mark Cuban, who's the billionaire that owns the Mavericks, invests in a bunch of stuff, started a company.
I know Mark Cuban.
Sorry?
I know Mark Cuban.
Yeah. But he started a company.
Shark Tank.
Yeah, Shark Tank. He started a company called Cost Plus Drugs, which is they basically sell the drugs that they get at like 10% markup to recoup their costs, I think is what they're doing. But the trade-off is no insurance companies work with them. So you can do the math to figure out, is it cheaper for me to go through my insurance company to get something if Cost Plus Drugs provides it, or cheaper to do it through direct. So for comparison's sake, like I have to take a 20 milligram tablet of lisinopril. I've talked about it before on this show. I'm hoping to get off of it. A 90-day supply of that on Cost Plus Drugs, if I bought it direct from them, is $6.60. My copay is $10. So in theory, I could save $3.40 every 90 days if I went through Cost Plus Drugs. Now, that's not a great example because they've really made most blood pressure medications dirt cheap. But some of these more complex medications, if they have it available on Cost Plus Drugs, you can often find it for cheaper than what your insurance deductible would be. So it's an interesting way to go out there and competitively shop your prescriptions if you have them. That's why I wanted to bring it up so that anyone who's watching or listening knows what this site is. I do think it's only limited to the United States. So if you're outside the United States, I apologize. I don't think the service is available to you.
Well, can you check another one for me then?
I can check another one for you, Willie.
And I have a story while you're doing that. Colchicine. Colchicine.
Colchicine, yes. How many day supply would you be interested in?
30 is what I get.
A 30-day supply on Cost Plus Drugs of colchicine for 0.6 milligrams is $8.70.
I'm sorry. 0.8 milligrams?
0.6.
Oh, 0.6. All right, that's what this is. And it's how much?
$8.70.
They can go fuck themselves.
This is why I brought it up, is so that people can be aware of this, because I know Mark Cuban's posted a lot about it on Twitter and there's been a little bit of news coverage, but word of mouth can help people save some money. And for comparison, really, if you wanted to go out to 90 days, it'd be $20 for that same pill. Do you want me to send you the link so that you can look into it for yourself?
Yeah.
Because the way this works is you basically have to have your doctor call the prescription into them, and then they mail you the medication.
I mean,
through
that's what the doctor does anyway. They have to call it in anyway.
Right. So it's not your local pharmacy anymore. It is, they call the Cost
Good.
Plus Drugs folks.
I wouldn't mind it just get mailed out to me. That'd be much better.
Yeah, I don't 100% know how it works because I looked
Yeah,
at
how
it.
do they bill you then? Do they bill you afterward after you get the pills?
I think you have to pay them before they send it, basically. I'm not 100% sure, but...
So they call it in and... Oh, I'll look at it and figure it out.
Yeah, and the way they describe it for their transparent pricing, a 30-day supply, your cost with us, they say, is $8.70. The retail price to other pharmacies is $176.10. The manufacturing cost for that same amount is $4.10. And then they get into the pharmacy labor. You also have to pay shipping on it, I guess.
You think I want to take these pills daily? You think I want to? No.
Side note, you have to pay $5 shipping, I think it is, for an order with them. So if it's one or multiple, that would...
Yeah, the thing that helps me best, which is you're only supposed to take, when it's really bad because it's bad for your liver, is steroids. And that's the cheapest thing there is for me.
Mm-hmm.
Give me all the steroids. I'm a man. Sorry, I went a little Alex Jones on you.
Willie, there's actually full directions here on their website of what you do. You have
I
to
would hope
contact
so.
your doctor, download and provide a prescription request form to them, and have them fill it out so that they can do it. And evidently there's a way to do it.
Print it out?
I think you can do it online, it says too. I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, I looked into it a little bit, but the medication I'm on would save me $3.40, and assuming I keep being good, they're going to take me off of it sometime in the next 2 months potentially. So it didn't work out mathematically for me to make the switch yet.
I mean, my next doctor's appointment isn't for another month. So, yeah, I got time.
Yeah. I mean, you could flip this immediately if you wanted to. But it's totally worth looking at. I'm not bringing this up to be a shill for Mark Cuban or his company, anything like that, but because when I looked at it, there's legitimately ways to save money here because of the expensive prescription drugs. And it also potentially impacts people's insurance depending on what they do, because you're no longer billing your insurance for your prescription. That's the catch. Your insurance company is not involved in Cost Plus Drugs. So you have to look and determine whether your insurance copay is cheaper or more expensive than what it would cost you to buy it directly through them. Does that make sense, or am I rambling?
Yeah, no, it does make sense. I do want to mention something. I am surprised. I am heavily surprised. Every time I go to the doctor, they do the blood pressure test. And every time, my blood pressure is right around normal. Like 120/80. It's like right around there every time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not a small guy. I'm a big guy. And I'm surprised by that. Every time I thought there'd be something. But I guess my body does like to stay at one weight. It doesn't like to really vary from there. It has, but it likes to go back to 250.
Mm-hmm.
That's like its sweet spot. For some reason, that's just where my body likes to be. I've had more and I've had less. But this is the sweet spot that it likes for some reason.
Yeah, I get it. I'm working my way back down, and last time I did that, part of what really got to me is I got stuck for like a month, and it didn't matter how good or bad I was. I just got stuck at a certain weight, and then the pandemic happened, and instead of, continuing to do healthy things like going for long walks after work or going to the gym, I sat at home and played video games and ate junk food and put myself in a worse position. So
good man.
I'm happy to say I have almost lost all of my pandemic weight that I gained. And
I didn't really gain any weight during the pandemic.
Well,
like I said, sweet spot, baby.
See, and
I
my
got
thing
more
was
muscle now, but it even stabilizes with that 250. Even with the more muscle or less muscle, it's 250.
I mean, my thing was, though, I went from having a commute, parking in the parking garage, walking to the office, getting up occasionally from the office to either go down to the cafeteria, get a coffee, take a 15-minute break to take a walk, stuff like that, to then I walked downstairs and sat at my desk and went upstairs to go get lunch and then came back to my desk. And that was the extent of my day. So I went from getting like 10,000 plus steps in a day to half to a third of that because I was always just in the house and wasn't traveling.
Was that your office?
This is my office that I work out of now.
I mean, you still had to go upstairs for lunch, right? Because you're in the basement, right?
I'm in the basement. That's 15 steps.
I know. I'm trying to help you,
I know.
man. I'm trying to fucking give you something.
No, I understand.
Jesus Christ,
man.
Why are you fighting me?
No, but that's part
I'll fight you with one good fist.
But what I'm trying to say is that's part of why I had to... That's why I had to shift how I was doing things. And part of why I went and going back a again, part of why I did the DDP yoga is I could do that from my house, and like the gym is only 5 minutes away if I wanted to restart my subscription, but it's a gym full of people that don't want to wear masks. And I was like, I don't really want to take that risk. So I tried my free week trial of DDP yoga, and then I bought a year of it through the app, and it was cheaper than 3 months of a gym membership. And it's been pretty good for me, and I've enjoyed it. And I have seen changes in myself in 3 months. So while I am not the best person to have ever done it, you can see some crazy success stories on their website. I can tell you, if you're someone who's been considering it, it's working for me so far. Now, granted, I've also changed up my diet while I've been doing things too. So I'm not eating the same as I was before, but I'm not eating perfectly either. Let's put it that way.
I do want to also state that I wasn't trying to say anything bad about Diamond Dallas Yoga. Is that what it's called?
It's DDP Yoga.
Just DDP Yoga. Okay, okay. I know I was saying it wrong. Something felt wrong. I was like, that's not it. But yeah, okay. So DDP Yoga. Yeah, I wouldn't say anything bad. I just don't think I could do it because both left limbs I can't bend too well at the major bending part, the ankle and the wrist.
Yeah, so it's stuff you'd have to work around a little bit, and some of it is work aroundable, I think. I mean, in all seriousness, if it's something you were considering, they do like a week free trial of the app. So you could try it out on the app and see what works for you. And you didn't hear it from me. I'm pretty sure people have ripped a lot of the stuff and put it up on Vimeo.
Like, I like DDP. He seems like a good guy. Really saved Jake the Snake, and I know all the DDP yoga started out on. Oh yeah, that's yeah. Sorry. And I also loved him in the cinematic movie Ready to Rumble. It's a great goddamn movie. He's great in it too. He does a good job. But yeah, I wasn't trying to badmouth.
No, I didn't think you were. But part of what also makes the program interesting is that you repeat a lot of the same lessons, so you get used to them. And what's fun is they do like a new live workout every Tuesday that then gets recorded and put up on there, so you can change things up. But Diamond Dallas Page is an incredibly motivational person, even on there. Like, you're sweating your ass off and you're cursing, and he's like, hey, you're putting in the work. He goes, you're probably sweating and you're probably cursing at me, but that's all right. And like, as you're doing these things, like, he has the right personality that you're like, I fucking hate you. But at the same time, you're like, I kind of like what this is doing for me. So like, I hate you while I'm doing it, but afterwards I'm like, okay, I see the benefit in what you've got me doing and all these things. And he's just exceedingly positive on there. And I've enjoyed the program. And part of what I'm also happy I did is they have like a Facebook group associated with it. And it's all people just supporting each other and being positive. And people will post their progress pics, or they'll post something like, hey, I'm having trouble doing this position. What do you guys suggest? Things like that. And it's been incredibly helpful, and it's a positive community. And if you have a bad day, you post about it, and people are like, hey, here's what I've done in similar circumstances to correct that behavior and things like that. And DDP posts in there. His instructors post in there from time to time. So the community's really, it's helped a lot. And I think that's helpful a lot when, spoiler alert, folks, the pandemic's not over. We can go out and do some things again, but our numbers right now are worse than they were last year if you go and look at them.
They were? They are?
They've changed the criteria for what makes things be in the red based off the CDC guidance and things like that now.
How well does the vaccine work, I wonder?
I mean, the vaccine makes it, based off my understanding, so that if you do get it, it will likely be less potent, for lack of a better term. But my major concern right now, of why I kind of try to dodge it as best I can, is, have you heard of the long haul COVID stuff that people are talking about, where they get sick and then it screws them up more afterwards, like blood pressure issues, headache issues, things like that?
I already have headaches.
Yeah, well,
that ain't nothing.
My concern isn't necessarily so much that I get it. I don't want to get it and give it to someone else, and then I'd be afraid that, knowing my luck, I'd be one of the long haul COVID people, and I just don't want to do that to myself. My wife has long-term illnesses and stuff like that she's been battling for years, and I've seen her do it, and kudos to her for being strong enough to keep fighting all that stuff and things like that. But man, I don't want to do that to myself or have that happen to me. So I try and limit it as best I can. And this time of year is nice because I can go outside a lot. So like, I did 3 straight days of Pokemon Go. Went and walked the rail trail and spun Pokestops and caught a bunch of stuff. Went to the farmer's market because it was all outside stuff I could do. Willie, don't shame me. I still enjoy that game, and it motivates me to go out and do stuff.
The Pokemon Company does not deserve any of your hard-earned money.
Well, I don't really use my own hard-earned money for it. I use Google survey credit.
You could have spent that on better stuff.
I enjoy the
Am I
game.
wrong?
It gets me to go out and do things with my wife and some of my friends where it's outside. I have no issues with it. No.
All right, how about this?
Issues.
The Pokemon Company doesn't deserve any of your attention. There it is. How's that? Jesus.
I guess that's the case. SP chimes in the chat room, wear sunscreen. Yes, I was wearing sunscreen and also a hat.
Sunscreen
because,
in my head. Yeah.
Although the nice part was when I went and walked the rail trail yesterday or the day before, it was a section I hadn't walked in a long time and forgotten how much tree cover there was. So basically after about 10 minutes of walking, I was just in the woods the whole way, which was kind of cool.
I mean, and there's no Pokestops in the middle of the goddamn woods. What is with this game? This game sucks.
No. Actually, there are, because they have the rail trail in town that goes through there. And like all the mile markers and all the benches that are dedicated to folks have been turned into Pokestops. They've added a crap load of Pokestops and gyms now. Like I found a gym in the middle of the rail trail that I've had a Pokemon in for 4 days and no one's kicked me out.
Wait, Chris, do you see this? Let me just pick this up right here. Oh, it's a little too late. Bleh. Gone.
SP also points out, watch out for ticks. And yes, they're all over here. And in fact, I don't know how my dog got Lyme disease from a tick. So that was fun. He's in full remission now, though. So there's that.
He's in Florida?
Hmm?
He's in Florida?
I wish I was in Florida sometime.
I heard you say Florida. He's on a Florida mission.
He's on a mission to Florida.
Yeah, he's attacking the average Florida man day in, day out, trying to make their numbers less because it is hunting season.
It is indeed. But we've been rambling about all sorts of stuff that really doesn't have much to do with geeky and nerdy things. So what do you say? You want to get into the news? Give the people some geeky talk?
Can we walk to the news? Stroll to it? Do we
We're
have to roll
gonna
to it?
meander into the news of the week.
Good, because I can't do a somersault right now, so I don't think I can roll into the news.
So here we go. I'm going to cartwheel in. Willie's going to meander in to the news of the week.
Sure, saunter.
Live from the ATGN studios on the internet, it's the news of the week.
Welcome to the news of the week. It's that part of the show where we run down what's in our minds the most interesting geeky and or nerdy news to have popped up here in the last week or so, and share with you guys who are watching live or listening at a later date. I'm going to go first because I've got a few short stories because Bachman's not here, so I picked up a few things I thought he'd be interested in, and we will close out the news of the week with Willie's segment, which should be pretty fun based off what he told me.
Don't lie to the people.
I'm sorry, Willie. I shouldn't lie to the people. So
you set me up for failure, and I don't like it.
I'm going to touch on a couple video game stories real quick before getting into the main story I had. The first of which is, hey, as we record this live on June 12th, 2022, at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, so about 30 minutes after we finish recording this thing, 30 minutes, Microsoft and Bethesda are going to be doing the Xbox and Bethesda Games Showcase, where they will be doing about a 90-minute presentation showcasing the new games that will be coming to Xbox and PC. Nobody really knows what all is going to be in it. They've made a pretty quiet case for what's going to be in it. We assume Starfield, things like that, Redfall, although they've been delayed. But what I thought was interesting is they're going to stream it everywhere. It's going to be on YouTube. It's going to be on Twitch. It's going to be on Xbox's American Sign Language Twitch channel, which I thought was really cool.
Wait, is it also going to be on GonnaGeek.com?
I mean, we could put it on GonnaGeek.com easily. They will also be streaming it on Twitter, Facebook, and this is the one that really surprised me, TikTok. I guess that's where all the kids are now, but I didn't know you could do a live 90-minute video on TikTok. But evidently,
all right.
Yeah.
I hate it now. I hate it here. You know what? I'm packing my stuff up. I'm leaving the planet. Fuck this place.
So I will be interested to see what comes out of the games showcase. There's been some murmurings of things, but I haven't been paying attention to leaks and anything like that because I just want to be genuinely surprised. So if you are also watching that at 1 p.m. Eastern on June 12th, feel free to follow along with me on Twitter. I will probably be live tweeting some thoughts on it. Willie says no, he's not going to do that. I think it would be interesting to do a live stream watch along, but I'm tired and don't want to do that today.
Now, I do have a question. You said Microsoft Bethesda Showcase, right?
Yes, that's what they called it.
So is this is this
excuse me. Let me rephrase.
Mostly Bethesda?
It
like
is,
Microsoft
Let me
Bethesda
rephrase.
stuff?
It is the Xbox and Bethesda Games Showcase is what they called it.
Bethesda is now Microsoft, so why did not just say Microsoft? It's already included.
because the name Bethesda has a different kind of credit, has a different kind of street cred, for lack of a better term, to many gamers out there.
Not good for me.
Well, that's accurate too. But at the same time, Microsoft spent how much money on Bethesda? Keep throwing that name out there as much as you can if you spent that much.
I mean, I would think Microsoft's a bigger name.
What I think
everyone knows it owns it. So
what I think could be interesting is will any Activision Blizzard games get showcased, because that acquisition is not completed yet, so they technically don't own them yet. But the games that will be coming out in, say, 6 months from now will be Microsoft games at that point in time. So are we going to get any Blizzard games mentioned on there? I saw that the beta signups went out for Diablo 4. Will there be some kind of mention of Diablo 4 on Xbox devices or something like that? Maybe.
I mean, I'm kind of hoping Overwatch 2 gets exclusive treatment to Xbox and PC only. I hope it does, because you know how I feel about them.
Yeah.
Blizzard can suck a fat one.
SP's in the chat room says, how meta, I'm watching you on Xbox right now. See, it's like we should have discussed this topic.
Well, I used to watch you guys on my PlayStation 4.
Right? And that's the nice thing
before
about
I joined.
The YouTube app is you can put it on just about any device and you can watch us on that, because we always stream live on YouTube. Anything else is just a bonus. So that was my first news story is, hey, the Xbox and Bethesda Games Showcase is today. Next week's episode of the official All Things Good and Nerdy podcast, I will probably recap some stuff coming out of that games showcase. So,
And I'll be booing you the entire time.
I didn't boo you from the Sony event last week that you discussed.
Well, it's mostly because it's Bethesda.
That's fair.
Not so much as Microsoft. Microsoft is a pretty good console. I'm not going to deny it. I'm just the PlayStation guy. That's all.
That's fair.
It's like, are you a Pepsi or you Coke? I like Pepsi more because it's better.
I like Pepsi more too.
Yeah! Born in the Carolinas, like me.
I'm from South Carolina.
Yeah. Cheerwine is though, but Cheerwine. But that's not nationwide, sadly.
No, but we do have it in West Virginia now.
Yeah, if you guys don't have Cheerwine, I'm sorry for you. It's mostly in the Carolinas, and it does feed out a little bit. It feeds out a little bit. Cheerwine is not a wine; it's just a cherry soda. Think like a richer cherry Fanta. Is that fair to say, Chris?
That's fair. It's a little sweeter.
It's not. Yeah, it's not like it's not like Mountain Dew where it's like, more clear and stuff. It's more like a darker version of a cherry Fanta, kind of like more cola than Mountain Dew.
We're on cola talk right now, and SP's going, and both of you should like Fresca the best. Ironically, I do enjoy Fresca, but it's not the top of my list.
It's too bubbly for me.
It's refreshing. I quite enjoy it. So my next story, staying in video games, this is one that Willie might be interested in, is there was a report that came out this week that I can't remember who had it, and I forgot to put the link in who had it. One sec. Game Reactor, I think, is the ones that reported that God of War Ragnarok had been delayed to 2023. They cited, quote, several European sources, end quote. Now,
it's just a rumor.
And that's why I bring that up, is Bloomberg then came out with a follow-up report at the end of the week where they said, no, God of War Ragnarok is still slated to release, in November 2022. It has not been delayed to 2023. And I think they caveated and said, yet, because it's video games, we all know anything can be delayed at any time.
Yeah, I mean, it probably should be delayed till 2023. Hold on a second. Is this a sneeze coming? Maybe. Oh, gee, you can't stop it. You can't stop a sneeze. You just feel it coming. You're like, I just got to deal with this.
Yeah, I'm just glad you self-muted. I had also hit the mute button on your feed just in case, but...
Yeah, I was waiting there because it might not have happened. It's like, is it going to happen? No, it's not. Okay, good. Oh, no, here it is. But yeah, anyway, no, I think it should be delayed because,
Send your hate mail to South Porky on Twitter.
I think it should be delayed because I still can't find a PS5, man.
Right.
So that's the problem. Like, I don't want any exclusive PS5 games. Fuck off.
I guess Walmart had some in stock you could order online, but you had to be a Walmart Plus member. And then I think Amazon had some, but they basically set it up so that instead of there being a rush on it, you had to go on their website and request a ticket, basically. And then they allotted out tickets based off of that, which kept their website from getting crushed. So it sort of made sense in that regard because they just allocated tickets to people and said, okay, you've gotten a ticket. This is good for 15 minutes for you to be able to buy a PS5. If you don't buy it in 15 minutes, it goes to the next person in the queue.
But I also heard from the David Jaffe, who's helped somehow. I can't remember exactly how he helped develop the first God of War, the original one back on the PS2. He's also the one who helped make the Twisted Metal games. David Jaffe. I don't know if he was a creator of them, but I know he was heavily involved, especially for the Twisted Metal PS3 version of it, the game, where I do remember the advertising they did for that was amazing. They had just like a fucking big ass fucking Gatling gun in a desert pointed at an ice cream truck that made it look like Sweet Tooth's ice cream truck. And just you could go to the website and you could hit the button to fire the gun at the ice cream truck. That's fucking beautiful. That's just beautiful advertisements for that. Just go to this website and get to fire a big ass gun remotely. It's fucking amazing. But he has said that he'll be fucking surprised if it comes out this year. I don't think he's helping anything with the new God of Wars, like the last one or this one. I don't think. Because I don't know what he's up to right now, actually.
Okay, maybe this is because I've morphed into more of a casual gamer as I've hit middle age. At this point, I would rather they just wait and get a game right than try and rush it out and have it not be right. I mean, the term we hear thrown around nowadays is we don't want to be the next Cyberpunk. Because when it came out versus what it was a year later after patching is a very different game. It's still not what was promised, but after all of the patches and stuff, it's become a better game. So I think that's something to consider when it comes to these things. And they have a track record with the God of War games that they're really good. Just take the time. And the way fans are right now, they're not going to give you a hard time as long as the game comes out and is still good. If you take your time and it's good, you're fine. If you take your time and it's still bad, maybe you have a separate problem then.
Yeah, I'd much rather wait on a game that's good, even though foreshadowing there was a game that was delayed that was supposed to come out in March that got delayed till, did it say the date? Oh yeah, October. I'll get into that in my news of the week.
Okay. So that was my other mini story before getting into the slightly larger story, which is still mini in the grand scheme of things because I didn't have a major news story. But hey, I don't know if you guys were watching on Twitter 2 nights ago. I guess that would be June 10th as we record this, about 10 p.m. Marvel tweeted something that made me go, wait, what the heck? Let me just read the tweet to you guys. You wanted more Spidey, and you got it. Spider-Man No Way Home, the more fun stuff version, swings into movie theaters in the U.S. and Canada September 2nd. More countries to be announced soon. So what is it? It's deleted scenes, I guess, that have been integrated back into the movie. They said they're sprinkling in new and extended scenes to keep things fresh. That releases in celebration of Spider-Man's 60th anniversary in the comics. Oh, and also the 20th anniversary of Tobey Maguire's debut in the first Spider-Man movie.
Okay, sure.
It's called Cash Grab, and it's called, hey, we were dumb and fell for this It's Morbin Time meme, and need to recoup some cash after pushing Morbius back in theaters and making no money off of it.
So they really did that? Why?
With the Morbin Time thing?
Yeah.
I have no... We talked about it last week. I have no idea.
I know. I still don't understand.
I still don't understand why they thought getting dunked on by the internet meant you put the movie back out. Because people weren't going to go back to see it. They just wanted to dunk on the movie.
Well, because they didn't see... All they saw that it was trending, not why it was trending.
They just like, oh, we got to cash in on this. SP says in the chat room he still won't see it in the theaters. Spider-Man. Nothing against the movie, though. I'm kind of in the same boat right now.
I thought you meant it.
Yeah.
You know, Pennywise.
Yeah. We talked about my strategy for going to go see new movies in here, and it's tough to do. And I'm hoping I can use that strategy to see Thor this summer, but I'm unsure if it'll work out properly for me.
Oh, yeah, this summer.
Yeah.
Well, it is No, it doesn't matter. Ignore me.
I mean, Thor comes out in what, July? It's next month, isn't it?
Sure.
Yeah, that's summer.
Sure, Thor.
If you want to go see Spider-Man No Way Home, the more fun stuff version, tickets go on sale on August 9th, and they'll announce other countries which it will be showing in also. I mean, I guess the real news is we've got September when it comes out, so maybe things will be slightly back to normal. Go ahead, Ward.
I got a question back to Thor. Do you think they're going to show his nude ass in the actual movie?
Yes, because they showed it in the internet trailer originally when it came out. It wasn't pixelated out.
Oh,
The first time I saw that
Why?
trailer, it had Hemsworth's ass in it, not pixels, if I recall
but
correctly.
why?
'Cause it's
Marvel, you're
funny.
getting weird. I mean, yeah, it's funny, but I mean, it's sure, whatever.
You
I mean,
flicked
I don't really
too hard,
care.
Willie. You flicked too hard.
I don't really care all that much. It's just a little weird. That's all.
Mm. Don't ask me. I'm not
I did.
100% sure I like this trend of re-releasing things with a bunch of other footage. And the real
Not at all.
interesting thing will be, when they re-release this, was the footage they put back into it not included on the DVD extras or the Blu-ray
I was
extras or
about to
whatever?
ask.
And I honestly don't know, because I haven't bought Spider-Man No Way Home yet, because originally I was like, oh, like all my other Marvel stuff, wait till it's on Disney Plus. And I went, oh shit, it won't be on Disney Plus because it's Sony. So
Isn't
I'm waiting
Doctor
until...
Strange, shouldn't that be coming out soon on Disney Plus?
What's that?
Shouldn't Doctor Strange be coming out on Disney Plus soon?
Yes, they announced the date a couple weeks ago. I just can't remember when that was.
I thought it's usually 45 days, isn't it? Isn't that what it usually is?
Yes, but I don't remember. June
It's only
22nd.
a month and a
SP.
half.
See, we've got a member of Agents of Shield here, Legends of Shield here. June 22nd. It was less than 45.
Over there. I gotta look past you. I gotta look past you for the messages.
Oh,
man.
here you
I
go,
can't-
Willie. I'll let you
it's
just
hard
get
to
a
see
direct
past
look.
your head. Oh shit. Oh my god, I don't need my glasses anymore. Yeah, I still can't fucking read. It's all blurry. Because I can't maximize the view. I have to keep the borders of fucking Skype. Skype can go fuck itself.
Well, we'll eventually migrate to a different tool. I just haven't had time to do it yet.
Oh no, I wasn't complaining about you or anything. I'm complaining about Skype. Not the fact that we're
That's
using
fair.
Skype. Just Skype in general. This window should be full screen. I should be able to full screen just the view. I should be able to. But it's not available. Why can you not? It's so fucking stupid.
It won't let you right-click on me and do see full video feed.
Well, technically, I have you already full screen, but it already has the border on top where it shows everything, everything, and on the bottom.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
weird. I don't know.
It
what
won't
to
let
do
me
there.
just the fucking window, just all the way up, just full screen down. I don't even want to see the fucking Windows button at the bottom. I want to see none of that. I don't want to see the time. Just give me the
Sorry,
Go ahead.
Mr. Willie. So it was
anger.
It was serendipitous we talked Spider-Man, though, because I decided to wear a Spider-Man shirt today, which is all three of the Spider-Man logos.
I have a Nintendo controller.
I like the Nintendo controller, too. This is a new shirt I got for $10 on clearance, though, and I was happy I could fit into it.
I grabbed a dirty shirt off my floor because I know I needed to wear a shirt.
We appreciate that, Willie. I mean, you could just wear a vest if you want.
I mean, I already have a vest underneath here.
No, not that vest. An actual vest. I'm going to get you a sweater vest to wear on the show.
Whoa, no.
Dude, I love my sweater vest. When I used to have to go into the office in the winter, that was always what I'd wear. It would be a sweater vest with a button up underneath and then khakis of some kind.
Listen, you're not a good member of my neighborhood, so you can fuck off, Mr. Rogers.
That's why I liked it. I also bought, and I never got a chance to wear it because there was like a Mr. Rogers cardigan day at work or whatever, and I didn't actually have to go to the office that day, where I actually had a button-up cardigan like Mr. Rogers that I was going to wear to work. I paid a whopping $15 for it on Amazon. So if I got 2 wears out of it, I considered it a win.
I mean, would it be in bad taste to have Cosby Sweater Day?
Nowadays, probably.
Well, I know. That's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about nowadays. I mean, because Cosby sweaters are still funny because the sweaters didn't do anything.
You're right.
Why we gotta be angry at the sweaters? Just colorful clown pukey sweaters. That's what it looks like, clown puke. Because all the colors and confetti.
Do they
Bleh.
still sell Jell-O pudding pops?
Why would they stop selling it just because
he was the
they're
advocate of those for so long.
He was
too.
a spokesman, not an advocate. He's not saying it could cure cancer. What the fuck you mean advocate?
I used the wrong word. I apologize.
I know. Yeah, he was just a spokesperson. We use piece of shit. Yeah, fuck him.
But-
Oh wait. Is he gonna? Is he still claiming he's innocent?
Yes.
I never actually watched. Oh, so you know what he should do? He should write a book just like O.J. Simpson did. If I had done it. God damn it! Fuck yourself, you piece of shit. Bill Cosby. I'm being specific here. You know what? And a minorly to O.J. Simpson as well.
Thank you for that one. That's all
What
I
are they
had.
gonna do? Attack us?
That's all I had for my news, though. Willie, why don't we pivot to you because you've got something that's a bit more involved.
So, since you mentioned Thursday, I thought you were going to spoil one of my news things. Like, you son of a bitch, I was about to be angry at you. But Thursday, they also had a Summer Games Fest hosted by Jeff Keighley. I think he was also the one who...
I thought it was Jeff Knightley. No, it is Keighley. Sorry.
Yeah, it's Keighley.
It's Keighley. I misspoke. I apologize.
I'm surprised you didn't say I thought it was Geoff.
Geoff. It's Geoff.
Yeah, which I never understood that. How did they spell Jeff like that?
I don't know.
Was that the original spelling of Jeff?
Isn't that the variant of how Jeffrey is spelled? And
Oh God, but that still doesn't make sense.
well, we're asking you to apply logic.
But
to
yeah,
how
it
names
doesn't
are
matter.
spelled.
It doesn't matter. Jeff Keighley, awesome dude. He also runs the video game awards as well. He's the big one behind that. And he's also, if you can look up, Chris, you might have seen this, or if you haven't, you'd be interested in seeing it. He was also on Fox News a long ass time ago when Mass Effect 1 came out. Because that was when the whole sex box thing was coming out. Yeah, if you haven't seen that clip, it is hilarious. I hate the woman they had on for that little segment too, because she when he asked her did you play the game, she was like, huh, no. What do you mean? Why are you laughing and saying no, bitch? You're talking about the game right now. Why would you not learn anything about it? That's what's blowing my mind. Yes, I know you're morally here for the statistics and stuff behind it, but it's also about Mass Effect having digital nudity and sex scenes and a kids thing. God, you're so fucking stupid. It's all these. And what was hilarious is after the segment, they go back to a round groups of regular anchors, and one of them's like, "Huh, I remember back in the Atari days when it was all just just regular games. You know this." And I'm thinking Custer's Revenge. Does anyone remember that Atari game where you play as General Custer going to, I'm not going to say the R word, but going to pillage a native woman? Do you remember that?
Custer's Revenge is bad. There's a reason why you can't find it nowadays. It's kind of like a collector's item.
Yeah, there was some weird-ass games on the Atari. People seem to forget that. There was even a Texas Chainsaw Massacre game on the original Atari.
Yeah.
So, whatever. Those people are dumb. But anyway, Jeff Keighley. He hosted the Summer Games, the Game Fest. Game Fest? Which was it? Do you remember?
It is the Summer Game Fest Showcase 2022.
Yeah, so I'm just going to go through some of the stuff that I saw in it. I started writing out each one. I was like, well, I don't really know about a lot of these. So some of them I skipped through because I don't know anything about this, and this doesn't even look interesting to me. So I'll let you figure it out. If you like some of these things, look it up. They started off with Street Fighter 6. Because, Street Fighter. Why not have another one? Because it's Street Fighter. I'm not big into fighting games, man. Don't be angry at me. And apparently they showed off Guile in Street Fighter 6. I think last week they showed off Street Fighter 6 as well. I want to think. Didn't they? Didn't I mention that last week?
I think so.
Yeah, I can't remember. Street Fighter's just blurring because I'm not really a Street Fighter. I'm not a fighting game fan, or I'm not really good at them. I enjoy them. I have a couple. Yeah, Dragon Ball Fighters, because there's no space between the Z and the R in Fighters. Why not be Dragon Ball Fighter Z? That would make so much more sense. But no, they have no space between it. Yeah, I like that game. I'm not great at it. I'm barely good, but yeah, fighting games, whatever. Then they also announced a new Aliens game, because maybe this time they'll get it right. It's called Aliens Dark Descent. Well, they only done it right once, and that was Alien Isolation, which was a Metroidvania type game where it was backtracking stuff. They actually, exploration and running from the alien. They actually did a good job with that one. Then there's also the Callisto Protocol. I just noticed it auto-corrected my word from Callisto to Collision. Thank you. I'm glad I just remembered that.
I'm glad you did
too.
The
Callisto Protocol, which is a Dead Space-like game. I think it's made by the same people who did Dead Space, but it looks extremely like Dead Space. Then also, I don't even know why I put this, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. How many games have that title now?
Is it a remake, or is it actually just a new Modern Warfare 2?
Was the last Modern Warfare, was that a remake?
I honestly don't know.
I don't play them. I don't play these games because I have a 4 terabyte external hard drive, and guess what? It would probably take up 3 terabytes of that just to have one of their fucking games on, because they don't know how to compress shit.
Yeah, you're not wrong, man.
Activision Blizzard, right? That's them, right?
Some Call of Duties is them, some is Infinity Ward.
Well, I mean, it's still. I mean, the parent company is Activision, right?
Yes.
Well, that's what I was just getting
Yeah.
at. Yeah, keep it. I don't fucking want it. Flashback 2, a sequel to a retro game I remember seeing on the Super Nintendo. Flashback. It was like a side-scrolling. It was kind of like Prince of Persia-like with the movements and stuff. I didn't really play it all that much, so I don't know much about it. I know it was kind of like a noir type story, and they're coming out with a sequel. Then there's also Witchfire, which looks to be a first-person shooter with magic. That's all I can really say because that's all I really saw. But I've seen a little bit. It was like, yeah, okay. You have guns and you can send off fireballs. Why not? Fort Solis, which I've seen very little of, and the only thing that's like, ooh, that actually kind of looks nice, is that it has Troy Baker in it. If you don't know who Troy Baker is, he's a voice artist. Do you know who Troy Baker is?
Yes, he's a voice artist who's done all sorts of different games.
Name 3 of his games. Name 3 of his characters.
Now you put me on the spot. The Joker.
Yeah, he was the Joker. And what the
Arkham Origins.
Oh yeah, Arkham Origins. Yep, that's right.
He did the monologue for the
Never
Killing
played.
Joke when he did a panel, which was fantastic.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then there's also Well, this is Outsiders. Did I mistype that? It's Outriders DLC they're announcing. Outriders didn't really look all that good. Or was it actually Outsiders? Man, it's a game I didn't really care about because I think I played the demo or the beta when it came out, which was like a little thing, and it wasn't that fun. So this is for people if you like that game. Outriders? I think it's Outriders. Then another game called Routine, which apparently has been in developmental hell for 10 years or something like that. And or not developmental, but they've been developing for 10 years, and they finally had a trailer for it. The trailer is just you're creeping down. You see like some kind of weird machine at the bottom of these broken escalators, which I guess just stairs at this point. Thank you, Mitch Hedberg. But you see like a weird robot like go behind this curtain type thing. You go down there, and it's just doing some weird movements, and all of a sudden you see a shadow from behind you, like, oh, and it's something that grabs you by the throat, and that's it. It's first person from the trailer it showed. Oops, hit the skull. But yeah, it looks all right. I need to see more of it. And Chris, I foreshadowed this. I hope you're playing with me on the PlayStation June 21st for some Fall Guys.
Oh, are they doing an expansion for it or something?
No, it comes free to play.
Oh, cool.
Because I'm assuming you didn't already have it for the PlayStation.
I did. We played it on the PlayStation.
We did?
Yeah.
How'd you have it?
Because
Did
I
you
had
buy it?
PlayStation Gold or whatever. And it was a free
Plus.
game with gold or whatever it is.
PlayStation Plus. Chill the fuck out, man. Listen, it doesn't matter because all that's changing as of tomorrow. And I'll probably be talking about that next week.
I imagine you probably
Because
will.
I still know nothing about it or how it works till I actually get in and does it till tomorrow when it actually comes out here in America. And then there was a trailer popped up, and I was like, I've seen this trailer before. This is Dead Island 2 trailer, that the game they never released. They never released Dead Island 2, did they?
I don't think so, but I don't
'Cause I
honestly
remember I remember the trailer, because the first game's trailer was amazing. Everyone loved that trailer. Like, everything going backwards. It was all showing going in reverse.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was amazing. But, this one, the Dead Island 2 trailer was like a douchebag getting ready to start his jogging. Dylan was like, hey, what's up, girl? Yeah. But this was a trailer. I was like, yeah, it's Dead Island 2. Until some things started going off. Like, wait, this wasn't right. And then it turns out, no, it's a parody trailer for this game that never came out because this is Goat Simulator 3. Do you remember Goat Simulator?
I do. I've actually played it because it was one of the games with gold at one point in time.
And now my question is, was there actually a Goat Simulator 2? Because I don't remember a 2.
There might have been. I honestly don't know.
Yeah, but this Goat Simulator 3, I mean, it'd be funny if they just skipped 2 and went straight to 3. I'd appreciate it.
That would be
funny.
similar to the kind of stuff that they would do.
And I didn't get much from this, but Cuphead in the delicious last course. I don't know if this is DLC. Is this another game? I don't know.
Well, they also
Couldn't tell you.
announced season 2 of the Cuphead show on Netflix too.
Oh, I forgot there was a show of Cuphead.
I suppose it's really good. The
I mean,
animation quality is supposed to be fantastic.
I mean, sure. And then they also had a trailer for a game that was coming out in mere hours, and which I've been playing, and I might talk about more into what I've been into. The Quarry, starring. Actually, here, let me go because I need to look up who's actually in this. The Quarry, because yeah, the Quarry cast game. All right, more items. All right, here we go. Just show me the names. I don't care about your life story. All right, so it stars because it's a game kind of like Until Dawn, and Until Dawn had actual actors in, and they actually had their likenesses and they mocapped their facial animations and whatnot, I believe. But yeah, this stars David Arquette, one-time WCW heavyweight champion of the world. Sorry, I had to do it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, David Arquette. Ted Raimi, who you might have heard of.
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
Who's Ted Raimi?
Well, he is in all of Sam Raimi's movies to some extent. He is Sam Raimi's younger brother. Well, he's brother. I can't remember. He was also Joxer in the Xena TV show, if you remember that character.
Oh, that was him.
Yeah, Joxer the Brave or Joxer the Mighty. I can't remember.
Did Sam Raimi have something to do with Xena? Because I remember Bruce Campbell also in there. I guess just Bruce Campbell got him into it.
Bruce
probably.
Campbell, so that led to Sam Raimi or Ted Raimi's involvement.
Also has Ariel Winter from Modern Family, and she has some nice leggings in this. But anyway, Ethan Suplee, who was in
Sailboat. I just want to see the fucking sailboat.
It's a goddamn sailboat. It's not a schooner, you dumb bastard.
A schooner's a type of sailboat.
No, a schooner is a sailboat, you fat lard. Yeah, I remember this. Mallrats. I
love Mallrats.
So, my name is Earl, as Earl's best friend. I never watched the show.
I believe so. I didn't watch it either.
His best friend. But you also remember him as the emo roommate or dorm mate in The Butterfly Effect with Ashton Kutcher.
Oh, yeah.
That's what he was. Hefty. Now he's hefty, but it's muscle hefty because that dude jacked up.
He got jacked.
Yeah, but he's also in this, and yeah, he's jacked up in this. Lynn Shay. You remember the Insidious movies?
No.
Well, they were kind of like with the Conjuring. They were really same. And actually, both of them had what the fuck's his name? I know it. Fucking Owlman or the fuck. What the guy from Watchmen? He was the owl guy. I know his name. I was I like him in a bunch of stuff, and I remember his name. But she was. Those were those movies. Insidious. She was in all four of them, and she died in the first one, but they had a lot of the third and fourth movie were prequels technically, just to have her in there because she's so amazing. She's an older lady. Oh, I love her. She's awesome. Justice Smith, who was in Detective Pikachu. Oh, that was Detective Pikachu guy.
Oh.
Yeah, Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom as well. Wait, is that the new one coming out? No, Dominion's the new. Wait, I don't fucking remember. Well, Justice Smith. There you go. Evan of Agora. He says he was in Star Trek Picard. I don't know who that is.
Oh, yeah. He's, oh my God, I can't remember the kid. Elnor. He was the Romulan kid.
I'm looking through this. Miles Robbins, who was in the 2018 Halloween and Blockers. I'm looking for one. Oh, Lance Hendrickson.
Nice.
Yeah, fucking Pumpkinhead. Series. He's not Pumpkinhead. He is in the series. And Aliens. Houston Sage, who's in X-Men Dark Phoenix. Paper Towns. I don't know who that is. Brenda Song. Oh, Dollface and Social Network. Okay, if that's who I think it is, I really like her character. Really, I like how she's acting it. Fucking love it. Don't know who that is. I might have missed the name because I had to look this up too. Because this dude who's in the very beginning of the game, it was blowing my mind because for an hour and a half I was like, I know who this is. I've seen him in something because it has his likeness. I know him from something. I can't figure it out, and I finally had to look it up. He was from He was from the Righteous Gemstones HBO show. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. If you like Danny McBride, if you don't like Danny McBride, well, fuck you. You're a piece of shit.
Wow. Tell us how you.
I'm fucking in. You're fucking in. Danny McBride he was Kenny Powers in the Eastbound and Down show.
I know who you meant.
Okay, just making sure. I love Kenny Powers. I also love Danny McBride. He's awesome. And then this was also a little bit. We talked about this a little bit earlier. I don't know if I think it was just in the pre-show. They also showed a trailer for Last of Us Part 1. Yay. I'm not excited about this. Like, whoop-de-dee-doo. I already you know what? You know how many times I played through Last of Us Part 1? Well, now that it's called Part 1. One time.
Okay.
I mean, because I played it, and it's still stuck with me. The story is all here. It's stuck in here. Although, actually, you know what? I wouldn't mind replaying it through one, because there's some scenes where they go through, and there's like little auxiliary stories where you have to read through some of the stuff that you find, and it creates a whole nother story. There's one part that I wouldn't mind going through to see that. But am I going to get The Last of Us Part 1 to do it? Well, I mean, first of all, I don't have a PS5, so no.
So no, you can't.
Maybe sometime in like 2 to 3 years when it comes on PS Plus, because you know it will.
More than likely.
Or whatever, or if it's going to come to the whatever PS Plus is going to change to starting tomorrow, I might play it then if I ever have a PS5 before that. And then the penultimate piece of news for this is Casey Jones. They announced that he's going to be in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge, the retro-style side-scrolling beat-em-up game coming out. Yeah, so they announced that Casey Jones is a playable character.
That's cool.
I'm kind of excited about this. Will I probably get it day 1? No. Will I get it day 2? No. Day 3? Maybe.
Yeah, I've seen some footage of it. Look cool. I like the old Ninja Turtles side-scrolling games, so it seems intriguing. But
Turtles in Time, the Manhattan Project.
Yeah.
The arcade game.
Yes, also great.
Not the one for the original Nintendo, although it was all right. I'm talking about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the arcade game, because it was kind of based on the arcade game. That's why it was called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the arcade game. Blah, 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 blah. And then, for my final piece that I was most excited about from the Summer's Game Fest, I mean, not so much that they announced a new character that's in it, more so that they have a release date, finally. And it was just more news about it, more trailer, more showing up stuff. Marvel's Midnight Suns.
Yeah, I saw that when I was scrolling.
They announced a new character, which is why I thought you were stealing some of my last piece. Like,
I didn't steal.
Because guess what? Spider-Man is now in it. That's why I thought you stole. You started talking about Spider-Man. I was like, Thursday night they talk about Spider-Man on fucking Games Fest. You fucking asshole. But yes, Spider-Man is on Marvel's Midnight Suns, which is out October 7th. It was supposed to be out in March. And then I kept looking it up. Like, it's supposed to be out. Like, everything I look up on Google says it's out in March.
Will it be out
even today?
Will it be out on PS4 and PS5 or just PS5?
Yes,
okay.
I believe it's on both.
Well, then I'll probably play it.
And this is a game made by Fire Access Games, makers of XCOM 2. If you know XCOM, it's a turn-based strategy game. And this one seems to be somewhat like it, except it throws in a deck building thing in on top of that.
Interesting.
Which is what is really interesting to me. If it wasn't for the deck building thing, I probably wouldn't give 2 shits about this game.
That's fair.
But the deck building part of it is what's got me excited. And that's all I got written out of here. That's it.
They also, I guess, showed off some gameplay footage from Gotham Knights.
Oh yeah, I guess if you want to add into anything, go ahead, Chris.
I was just scrolling through a link
I'm
here.
kidding. I want you to.
There's one other thing that I was going to bring up that they did show off there, but I don't want to talk about it because it's in what I'm into, because I got a chance to play out with one of the things they showed off.
And it wasn't something I talked about.
It was not something you talked about.
Oh, I skipped it because I didn't give a shit about it. So, you know what, Chris? Don't even talk about it. Fuck it.
Well, I do what I want.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding, Chris. I'll punch you in the face. I don't really have a good hand to punch you in the face with, so you're lucky.
But, Willie, thank you for recapping it. It does sound like there's some pretty cool stuff coming out.
Woo!
And, hopefully I can, play some games, because I haven't been playing a bunch of stuff lately, but there's a bunch of stuff that sounds good.
Ooh.
Yeah, well, life gets in the way, and I get distracted with things. that being said, we are going to start wrapping things up. And how we wrap things up on this show is a little segment called What I'm Into. It's how we share with you guys who are watching live or listening later the geeky and nerdy things we've been getting into, because you may want to go check them out yourselves. And I'm going to kickstart things off since Willie was just talking, so he gets a little bit of a break to recover his voice. Some things I've been getting into. Watched the last episode of Star Trek Strange New Worlds. I continue to absolutely love that show. It's everything I wanted from a new Trek show, because it's just fun adventures with compelling, interesting characters. And they're not afraid to, have a filler episode where there's not a ton of world building, crazy things that happen, but you get really cool character moments. And Anson Mount is absolutely hilarious. If you go and follow him on Twitter, he was making some funny tweets about the fact that he finally got to bang an alien on Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Much like Captain Kirk was always banging aliens, his character finally got to bang an alien. So that was funny to me. Watched Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'm caught up on that.
How many episodes are out?
4. There are 2 left.
Oh, I got 2 episodes to watch now built up.
Yep. Let's see. Other things I've been getting into. Got caught up on the Orville yesterday. The second episode of Orville New Horizons, I think is what they've billed season 3 as, came out. And the biggest problem with the Orville right now is they waited, 2-3 years to basically put out this game. If Star Trek Strange New Worlds hadn't come out, I think there'd be a lot more love for the Orville, but Strange New Worlds is scratching that Star Trek itch that people had that the Orville was scratching before. The Orville New Horizons is still really good. I had a lot of fun with it. This was like a bottle horror type episode, which was really fun. People got mutated into giant spiders. It was pretty neat. If you have a fear of spiders, don't watch this episode because it's pretty creepy. But I like where they're going with this season, and since it's on Hulu, they don't have to structure scripts that you have to hit certain commercial breaks and have certain points of tension to get you into commercial, to come out of commercials. So this most recent episode was like an hour and 5 minutes long.
Doesn't Hulu still have a commercial part,
Depending
or is it
on
just
the tier you pay for, I assume there's commercials.
Would they not have to?
I don't know if they dynamically insert ads in that tier or if you just get at the beginning of it or not.
I haven't had ads in Hulu in a long time, so I mean, not that I'm bragging. I just I haven't seen a lot of trailers in them, so I don't know how they work. I don't even know if they still have a commercial version.
I think they do.
You just said they did,
but I'm not 100% sure. I have not gotten a chance to watch The Boys yet, mostly because my wife is out of town this weekend, and I wanted to watch it with her because she really likes that show. So we'll probably watch that on Monday. And
there's a part in it in the very beginning. I'm not spoiling it. It's just I couldn't watch it. I had to turn my head. I was like, I can't, no, I can't. And the first, before, I think it's before the credits. It's 15 or 20 minutes into it. I'm like, I can't watch this. Ugh. That should tell you enough.
Did you see the tweet that was making the rounds from one of the set designers that they...
Oh, did you send it to us?
I think I sent it to you. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so it has to do with that.
Yeah. That's early on, but the Boys...
Well, why'd you spoil that? Why'd you look that up? But you haven't seen it yet, you piece of shit.
That was in episode 2 or 3. It's episode 4 that's out now.
No, that's up. Well, wait. Oh, you haven't seen the new episode.
I haven't seen the new episode.
3.
Yeah, I've seen the first 3.
I thought you said you haven't seen any of it. You said I haven't seen The Boys yet.
You
didn't say I haven't seen episode 4 of The Boys yet.
I haven't
seen The Boys yet.
Sorry, Willie. I have not seen episode 4 of The Boys yet.
I haven't either. I was talking about the first episode. Hey, you made me look dumb. You know how hard that is? It's not very.
I also haven't had a chance to watch Ms. Marvel yet because I'm not sure if my wife would want to watch that. So we'll see. Have you watched it yet?
No, I haven't watched it yet because I didn't know it came out till today.
That's
or
fair.
Yesterday.
And then
they're because they just had it. Oh, Obi-Wan's still going on. Why would they? You would think. I know there are 2 different products.
That's why I was confused too.
But you would think they would stifle them to be one after the other, instead of simultaneous. I know it's Star Wars and Marvel, but
I assume they would stagger them as well. The other thing I did get into, and this is something that was announced at Summer Game Fest, and I'll credit Nyla Rose, the professional wrestler, for bringing it to my attention because she tweeted that she was going to be playing it on Twitch last night, and so I did check it out. They did create a free tool that went out on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox that is the Saints Row Boss Factory tool.
Oh, yeah, they did mention that. I have no idea what that was.
So
that's why I mentioned it.
The whole premise is when you play a Saints Row game, you can do create your own character to self-insert in there. This is basically a tool that's out there now that allows you to create the boss character that you'll play as in Saints Row, whatever the new game is when it comes out in August. So it's just really the character creator wizard. They put it out as a separate game. You can create 6 different characters to be able to import. You can share your characters online so other people can import them and modify them. It was actually pretty fun. I went and created my boss character for Saints Row when I pick up the game. I probably won't buy it at launch, but I'll buy it at some point. And I think they put something in there so that if you share a character so that other people can use it, that'll unlock some free cosmetics for you in game when the game drops and comes out.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
Since you actually did it, right?
Yes.
You could choose voices, right?
Yes.
Do they have the same option that I believe was in the 3rd and 4th one? I know it was in the 4th one. Was an option for voice. Does that just have Nolan North?
Yes.
As an option, yes! Just a Nolan North option.
And this one's interesting because the boss presents as female. So you could have a female presenting character with Nolan North's voice.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, because if you don't know,
pretty
Nolan
fun.
North is the voice of Nathan Drake. He even showed up in the Uncharted movie. And I was like, oh, that's Nolan North. I know what he looks like. And he also did the voice for Deadpool in the Deadpool game that got released back on 360 and PS3 and was remade for the Xbox One. Whatever subtitle was after it, I don't fucking care. And the PS4. Xbox, fucking fix your goddamn names for consoles. Fix it. You have an awesome console.
Really, you're like a broken
Don't
record.
give it a shitty name.
So
I'm giving praise too.
Yeah.
Like, you have an awesome console. It's just as good. They were better than PlayStation. I don't know, man. I just prefer PlayStation, man.
That's
but
fair.
come on, man.
So the Boss
Figure it
Factory app is out now on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. You can start making your boss character. You can do like upwards of 6 different ones, I think it is. And I'd seen that one of the ones that Nyla Rose did on her Twitch stream and was sharing on Twitter was a boss that looked just like Orange Cassidy from AEW, which I thought was funny.
So it's just a character creator.
It's just a character creator at this point in time. But basically, they took the character creation wizard out of the game and built a separate app so that you could have that built and ready to go and just start playing the day it comes out.
Sure, okay.
It's like 4 gigs to download, so it's not like it's huge or anything like that. But I had fun just going and creating a custom character so that when I start the game at some point in time, I can just import it and problem solved. It's easy. I thought it was a cool thing to do for these games to do like character creation as their opening step, because there's some people that will spend hours doing their character creation just to get it perfectly right. So if you're someone who's excited for the new Saints Row game, you can do all your character creation now and be ready to start the game the day it comes out because your boss just gets imported in. I thought it was cool.
Sure.
But that's what I've been getting into. Mr. Willie Nelson, what you been getting into?
I mentioned a little bit earlier, I've been getting into The Quarry. And I've actually been streaming it out, the entire playthrough of it, on Twitch at South Porky on twitch.tv. I've done 2 4-hour sessions, and I'm about 80% of the way through the game because I finished chapter 8, and there's only 10 chapters. And this game is... I love it. I love this game. This might be my game of the year so far.
Wow. I did see you were streaming it on Twitch last night, and I popped into your Twitch channel for like 5 minutes,
You
I think.
didn't say a damn thing.
Well, I had it on while I was doing some other stuff in the living room, sorting out some stuff that I need to put away.
Could have put a message or something. Was at least entertaining. I know I was being quiet certain some parts because I was into the story, so I was being quiet, and I didn't want my face on there in the corner or anything because I didn't want to block out any of the screen because it is very cinematic. Because you pretty much you're just like Until Dawn, made by the same people, super massive.
There were a lot of folks on Twitch streaming that night that same game I saw too, which I thought was interesting. Yeah.
I just love this company, this developer for the games they put out. This is pretty much a AAA version of the Dark Pictures anthologies that they've been putting out yearly, and the new one's coming out this fall too, I believe. I mean, they've been putting them out yearly. The 3 have already been released. And this will be the 4th one. So, and I can't remember the title of the next one either. The first one was Man of Medan. The second one was Little Hope. The third one was House of Ashes. And the 4th one, I can't remember the name. At the end of every single one of them, though, after you beat it, it'll actually already have the trailer for the next one. After the credits of the first or the game you're playing. So they already know it ahead of time, and they already have some developed. So that's awesome. And The Quarry is just a AAA version of that. Or like they put extra effort. It's like it's running at 60 frames a second on PS4, or I have the PS4 Pro. So I don't know if it's running on 60 frames on the regular PS4 base model. Yeah, I see. But it is running 60 frames, and I was like, ooh, I like that. And the story is good. It's a nice little horror story. I should say the premise is these camp counselors, they've already just sent away all the campers, and they're just packing up and leaving. And this one asshole, to get one more night with the girl he's had a summer fling with, who he has feelings for. He kind of, well, you had a choice of either pulling the fuel line or moving the control arm from the vehicle. I just did a simple thing because he was a simple guy. I was like, you know what, he wouldn't ask for help for this, even though he's kind of letting her know, like, asking a weird question, like, so if I wanted this vehicle to not work, what would I do? So I just did the simpler thing and just removing that. And later on, when they were trying to start it over and over again, a fire kind of started in the engine. Yeah, so this asshole caused all this that's going on. Bad stuff started happening. David Arquette, who's like the head camp owner, or runs the camp, he was like, "No, you kids got to get out of here. Something bad's gonna." Like, all right, just stay inside, stay safe. He's like being weird about it, but they're no, we're going out to the fire pit. And we're fucking drinking. We're gonna have some fun. You know, that's what they do, and then shit happens. It's a fucking awesome horror story. It is amazing. I am loving it. All the people that are in it are amazing. The Detective Pikachu guy. It's fucking awesome. I guess he got a little bit more built, or they just made him a little bit more built because he didn't look like, you know, the skinny dude from Detective Pikachu.
I'm not sure how skinny he actually was in Detective Pikachu versus the fact they could hide it behind what he was wearing.
Well, he wore like button-up long sleeve shirts, like office shirts, right?
Yeah.
That's what I remember, and I don't remember him being
and
like he looked like he's a lot more buff in this than what he was. I didn't even notice till I was reading it just a moment ago. I was like, oh yeah, that guy. That's who Justice Smith. I knew I heard the name. I just couldn't remember where he's from.
Yeah.
But yeah. Like apparently a Star Trek thing, or was that someone else? I can't remember.
I can't remember.
I was reading it through. I never watched Star Trek Picard. But yeah, and also that guy from The Righteous Gemstones, which I highly recommend. There's 2 seasons of it out. Highly recommend The Righteous Gemstones. It's hilarious.
On HBO Max.
Yes, HBO Max it is an HBO show. I did mention that earlier. Yeah, thank you for calling that out. Yeah, it's well worth it. Well worth it. A lot of good actors. Fucking oh god, what's his name? Something Devine. Adam Devine from Workaholics.
Oh yeah, he's hilarious.
Yeah, he's in that too as the youngest brother. Fucking hilarious. Love it. John Goodman's in it as the head of the Gemstone family. Yeah, it's highly recommended. So good. You got fucking oh god, I know his name. He has such a weird name. Oh my god, he's fucking amazing. He plays Baby Billy. Oh my god,
yeah, I know
so
what
good.
you mean.
I know he's I know his name. He was in a couple things. Fat Man, where Mel Gibson played Santa Claus in a movie last year or the year before that came out. God, I know his name. I'm not gonna think of it. Whatever. Righteous Gemstones, highly recommended. But anyway, back to Quarry. Highly recommended too. I'm having fun. I haven't even finished yet. I still got 2 more chapters in it. And Chris, just because you couldn't remember who Lynn Shay was, I put it in the Hangouts. So I put a picture. You probably, oh, that woman. Okay, I remember seeing her. Whenever you get a chance. Yeah, and it's just so good. Like, some decisions I made probably were the wrong decisions, but I made them, and this is my playthrough. And the game also has a movie mode, pretty much where it already has predetermined, things that it's going to happen, and you can just watch it as a movie.
Interesting.
So that's pretty, yeah. And there's also couch co-op I'm assuming it works the same way as the Dark Picture anthology games, because I've done it with that. I haven't had a chance to do it with the Quarry because it just came out Friday. But where everyone who's playing, you have up to 5 people playing, I think, and each person puts in their name. And at different times, I guess when it switches characters, it'll be like, all right, it's this person's turn. And it'll say pass the controller to them, and they're in control of that person for their story. Cool. Yeah, it's done that for all the Dark Pictures anthology games, and it does this one. And it's also saying it's going to have an online thing by June 14th, I think it said. And also there's DLC where you can have everyone in like 80s style clothing. Because this is pretty much a 80s style horror movie, pretty much. Slasher movie is what it is. So yeah, I can't wait for that. That's not coming out. They're not coming out with that till it'll come out by June 14th, or it might have been June 7th. Or sorry, July 14th or July 7th. Sorry, my bad. So within a month, the deals that stuff where you have the different costumes on, that'd be hilarious. They have all of them in the 80s. Can't wait for that. I've also still been playing some more Yakuza 0, and I need to hurry up and beat Corey so I can go back to that. Because Yakuza 0 is... God, Yakuza games, I wish someone told me I would have loved these games back on the PS2 when it first came out. I would have been balls deep in the Yakuza series.
Yeah, they're fun.
Every release. So I already played the remake of the first one. I'm playing through the prequel Yakuza 0, which technically came out in the same year, but before Yakuza Kiwami, which is the remake of the first one. It came out technically before, so yeah, and then Yakuza Kiwami 2, which came out a year or two later, that's the next one. I already bought it because it was only like $5 on the PlayStation Store. It was on sale, so I was like, fuck yeah, I'll go ahead and buy it, so I'm already ready for it when I want to play the next one in the series. And I think I'm jumping straight from Yakuza Kiwami 2 to Yakuza Like a Dragon, the 7th in the series, just because I want to play that turn-based style.
No, I get you.
And it just looks so much fun. I want to play as Ichiban, which is the main character of that game. They swap main characters.
It's a fun
it's
game.
No longer Kirill-san. Fucking love Majima. Fucking love the character Majima. I hope he shows up in Like a Dragon.
The characters are pretty funny too that you get in the new Yakuza game too.
Oh yeah, that's the good thing. So you played Like a Dragon a bit?
Yeah.
All right. So have you played any of the other Yakuza games?
No, I haven't, but I've heard from you that they're really good.
So what I've played of the Yakuza games, the main story is super serious.
Yes.
But all the side quests or side missions, everything are just like, that's where they get into the fun. They get into the wacky, the zany, and that's where the fun is. I mean, the story is still like good. It's like a fucking soap opera. You get sucked in, you're like, oh, that's what's going on. How could he kill him? No! Stuff like that, soap opera like, and it's good. It's great. Highly recommend Yakuza. Yakuza 0 just as good. I can't wait to play Yakuza Kiwami 2. And other than that, I have been getting into watching The Boys, which I think I already did as of last week. I haven't watched any new episodes. Yeah, same thing. I haven't watched any new episodes of anything. Did I watch anything? I watched Shorzy.
I figured you'd probably watch that.
I watched that last week. I might not have mentioned it last week, though. Yeah, I watched a spin-off of Letterkenny. It's good. It is very good. Very good. Great, even. It's like I'm still mulling it through my head. It's still good. It's still good. At first, I was like, that was all right. But the more I sat on, I was like, it's getting better. The more it's just sinking into my head. That was actually better than some seasons of Letterkenny.
Oh, that's high praise from you, buddy.
Like the season before last of Letterkenny was kind of meh. Very meh. But Letterkenny's also signed up for a new season.
I saw on the Gonna Geek Discord that one Steven Jonger had just finished watching up Shorzy as well.
Ooh. The president?
Mm-hmm.
And how do you feel about it, Mr. Canadian himself? Because it is a Canadian show.
So I don't think he mentioned how he felt about it, but mentioned he had just finished that up, so he had room in his schedule to start watching something else.
All right, which Discord was it? Which one was it in?
It was in the TV or the spoilers TV discussion one.
Oh yeah, I'm going to it right now. Is this it? No,
well,
this is it.
While Willie's going to go find that, let me remind folks that we do stream this show, the All Things Good and Nerdy podcast, live every Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, over at www.geeks.live and also at www.nerds.live. We have both of those, and yes, .live is an actual domain name. We fully anticipate that we'll be back next week at that same date and time. We're kind of waiting for confirmation of what Bachman's schedule is going to be now that he started his new gig. So we may be floating the schedule around a little bit. So keep your eyes open on the ATGN Podcast Twitter account. That's at ATGN Podcast. And also keep an eye on our respective Twitter accounts to let you guys know what's going on schedule-wise. I'm going to now throw us back to Mr. Willie D. Nelson as he's scrolling through, trying to comment on Shorzy. Did you find it yet, or do I need to find it for you?
Do you know when he said it?
Like within the last day?
All right, I'm looking. He's talking about Orville, blah, blah, blah. Orville, who the fuck cares about Orville? Blah, blah, blah. Suncast, Stargate, Steven. Oh, there it is. I see. It was literally the next to last thing.
Yeah, so you can talk about some Shorzy with El Presidente. Willie, do you have anything final thing you wanted to bring up before we start shutting things down? Because
I'm gonna type it out, and I'm also gonna say it right now live on the air. To Mr. President, go give your balls a tug, you tit fucker.
probably a bit more meaning if I'd actually seen the show, but I can guarantee I know where it's going based off what I've seen of Letterkenny. I guess on that note, though, we're going to start shutting things down and say thank you, everyone, for joining us this week, and we look forward to seeing you next week for more of our typical shenanigans and ridiculousness. Thanks so much, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to this brand new episode of the All Things Good and Nerdy podcast. Don't forget, we'll be back next Sunday live at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central over at live.atgnpodcast.com, channel 3 of the Alpha Geek Radio app, and over at our network home at gonnageek.com/live. If you have any feedback for the show, please contact us atgnpodcast@gonnageek.com, on our hotline number at 304-806-ATGN, or even better, go to Twitter and send us a message at ATGN Podcast. The music you've heard in this show is produced by Kevin MacLeod and can be found at incompetech.com.